Hi, Paul Avens here again with another video coaching lesson for you. Today I want to talk to you about how to stay mentally up in, let's be honest about it, what has become a pretty negative world. As I've worked with a number of millionaires, 15 in fact, over the last 6 years, I can tell you they think differently. Regardless of what the strategies are, their fundamental thought process is different. So what I'd like to do is teach you 3 things right now that will help you to develop a mindset to stay strong, stay positive, and to stay ahead of your competition, no matter what's going on around you. So let me start with the first one. I want you to adopt a startup mentality. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, remember when you first started your business up? Maybe you still feel like that today some days. Remember how you chased every opportunity down with a passion. Remember how you didn't take no for an answer. Remember how you conserved cash and only spent what you absolutely had to get the sale won or the product delivered or the service delivered for a client. Remember that you watched the pennies ever so carefully. So right now I'm going to suggest that you go back to that mentality. Chase every single opportunity, chase every lead. Remember, they either buy or they die. So make sure you're following them up. Make sure you're collecting that cash, and above all, make sure that you're hustling and outworking your competition. Secondly, it's really important to avoid the negative news. Let's be honest, their agenda is to sell either more newspapers or to get people hooked on watching the late night news. Here's the thing, most of the people in that industry are, guess what? Employees. Why would you, as an entrepreneur and business owner, listen to what employees think you should be doing right now? That makes no sense to me. Does it make sense to you? So I'm going to suggest that you need to cut that out. That doesn't mean you don't need to be informed. I'm not suggesting that you don't watch any news or pay attention to anything, but be very selective about what you choose to hear and pay attention to, especially late night news. You don't want to go to bed for 6 or 7 hours having filled your brain with negative news late at night. So that's a big no-no for me, and I'd steer you clear of that one. But the key is, what are you doing to balance that out? Where's your positive mind food coming from? Do you have a plan for that? You see, research shows that if you only listen or read positive materials for 30 minutes a day, that could be 15 minutes in the car on the way to the office or 15 minutes on the way home. 30 minutes a day can keep you positive, can keep you focused on the future, can keep you optimistic, all of which are going to give you a greater chance of success regardless of what's going on in the economy around you. So think about the times in your day when you have what I would call dead time. Maybe it's driving to an appointment to see somebody. How could you turn that into learning time by putting a CD in? Obviously, if you've got the CDs of the Business SOS, you can listen to me, coach you through some more things there, but look at getting hold of some additional resources. Make sure that you're feeding your mind positive food to stay ahead. After all, the more you learn, the more you earn. So it makes sense to learn more. In fact, one of my mentors once said to me that I should take 10% of everything I ever earn and invest it in my training and self-development. That was one of the smartest pieces of advice I was ever given. Now, I'll take credit for the fact that I did it, but I wanted to share that piece of advice and wisdom with you. So maybe that's a strategy you want to adopt in your life. Okay, to wrap up this section, I want you to think about this. I was recently coaching a client of mine who had to win a very big tender. Now, the tendering process was 18 days long, and at some days it went on for 16 hours. Now, I said to him, how did you focus on winning something that was that intense for that long? And he said something very profound. He said, my goal every day was to make sure that I just won. I won every day. Because I can't win 18 days, but I can win tomorrow. And I thought, that's fantastic. So I'm going to suggest that you set a goal every day to make sure that you win, just today, because all of us can focus on winning one more day. So at the end of the day, sit down, write out what it is that you achieved today, even if it was only one small step that moved you forward. Remember, as the Chinese proverb says, the journey starts with a of 1,000 miles starts with one step. So make sure that you're taking one positive step and winning every day. Let that become your mantra to win every day.